Good afternoon, everybody. That's all right. Flag, turn to the flag and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America and to the republic and God with peace and justice for all. Jim, a little blessing.
Please join in prayer or meditation. Choose. As I say, bless this food to our use and us to thy service. Amen.
Amen. Chip, do we have a song today?
Page 21. In light of the fact that we may have some snow tomorrow. I think it's appropriate to do this. I think we did it not when you're smiling or when it's snowing, keep on smiling. 21. When you're smiling, keep on smiling. The whole on the snow.
All right, thank you, Chip. Appreciate that. Everybody have a seat. Start with, next week is a club assembly. We do have a couple items that we need to talk about at a club assembly, so we really want your attendance at that meeting. We need to talk about some of our dining considerations and concerns going on. We also want to spend some of the club's money on some projects, so we want to talk to you about that. In particular, I know we've asked a couple of our board members to go do some investigation where it stands with maybe an international project. So I don't know if we're going to have a report back from them in time or not, but it's out there that at some point we're going to be coming back, hopefully with a project for your consideration for us to spend some money that we have reserved for that purpose. And I know it's timely because there's a lot going on in DC that is tangentially impacts the Rotary clubs, not just ours, but the international club as a whole. I know I've mentioned once before some of the changes that have happened that may have an impact on polio funding and our polio eradication efforts across the globe. Clearly, there's another movement going on with how we're doing other international aid projects. So the role and purpose of Rotary becomes much more valuable and important for us to consider as we're moving forward. I'm not going to call out anybody, but it's timely because somebody else just put a sheet on your tables today. So if any club member wants to talk about that, you're welcome to do so. But yes, making sure we are keeping in mind what our goals are needing to be and where our organization might need to come more into the forefront to make up some of the deficits occurring from our own nation right now. So, with that said, sorry to get on the soapbox. I'll get off now. I'm going to turn over to Paul, who's got some great news for us about a prospective new member.
Well, Pete, stand up. My next door neighbor, he moved to town a month or two ago, and so this is his third visit to our club, and he told me after the last meeting last week that he was ready to join, so I proposed him for membership to the board. The board has approved him, so now we're announcing him to the membership. And the membership has 1 week to comment, after which he will officially become a member 1 week from today. Hey.
I will open up. Are there any other club announcements, club member announcements, or items you want to say before we get to colors? Have I missed anything from announcing as a club? Joan.
We now have 7 artists signed up for the art walk. And a number of them are encouraged to sign up before March 1st, because March 1st is the cutoff. Anyone who registers before March 1st gets to be on the landing page of the website for the art walk. So it does a picture of some of their work, so.
Excellent job you're doing. Yay. Any other announcements from the club members? Hearing none, I'm gonna open up to happy dollars. Who is happy today or somewhat ambivalent? Bill.
I am happy to the total of $10 because this past weekend, we had 6 high schoolers meet from Shore at Ryla. It was super. In fact, for $10, I can save a little more, right? You can. The big group, they break them up, in this case, 9 groups. And at the end, they select the best performing group in second and third. And one of our delegates was that part of the #1 group. But you would expect that because she was also our Epiphany Youth of the Year about
Wow.
2 years ago. So it's great all around. We have to thank Jason and Betty for their extra effort in making it happen.
So I'll make my last pitch on this. It's fantastic. I do hope those same individuals are being considered to apply over in Bill's program.
One of them is went to Ryla, from Broadwater. So, he's going boys.
For the boys state and girls state, we have some openings, so we want to make sure we send folks that way.
Yeah, Bill, if you would.
And that's a summer program. It's in July, if I'm remembering correctly. June. It's wrong, it's June.
Father's Day.
Jim.
I am $10 belated happy. Because Mark Usry has set a date, I'm sure there are people who, for the dedication of our Rotary clock at the end of April. And I just think overall, he doesn't get enough credit for all the money that he raised to make that possible. So, round of applause.
April 26th.
April.
Right, no.
May 16th. May 16th. Yeah. May 16th.
Okay.
So it's not part of the love run?
No, see, what was gonna be done in conjunction with the Love Run, right after the Love Run. But, the Love Run committee said, they wanted to have separate. So they come up with the dedication of Strawberry Street Plaza for May 16th.
May 16th, thank you. Okay. John, that's in your hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, this is Paul Strong cheap right here because I went to Charlottesville, spent all my money. I went for people at certain age, which is right in here. Sarah and I went to see A Complete Unknown. The Bob Dylan was really, it's really good. If you haven't seen it, I commend it to you.
So how cheap are you?
$5.
$5.
That's really low.
Charlottesville was an expensive bid.
Any other happy dollars? Grant.
$20.
What's?
We're leaving on Thursday, I'm going down to Florida
There you
for
go.
about 2.5 weeks. We'll bring down there, so that's what first. Temperature's gonna be getting cooler when it's getting here, let me be 65. It's okay. That's all right.
So how happy did that make you?
Yeah.
Great show.
Any other dollars? Joan, again.
$5 happy for 2 reasons. Number one, I got a refill on my propane tank, so I'm ready for the storm. Number two, my new HVAC has been installed, working like a family.
All right.
Then, what I think
You said 5.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going up to 10 already. Do I hear 20? $10 from Joan. Anyone else? I'm gonna go ahead and do our Queen of Hearts drawing right now. So who has the high card? Anything but the ace?
No, Jim.
I got an ace of clubs.
Ooh, we got
We got
the
the
over
ace of
here.
diamonds.
We got another ace of diamonds here. Our speaker, Bob Turner.
Whoa.
Okay, so our diamonds, is a diamond higher than a club? I don't know. I got two, okay, so I gotta have you guys draw again.
There you go. Huh? Yeah, right up.
Okay.
Bob, you draw a card, whichever the higher, you and Joan to win today.
Look like well, the tension is building. Wow. Yeah. Fine. Never mind. Sorry.
So Paul, what was our pot today?
The contract today was $39, so, the winner, Jones will get $10. Plus, she might, if he gets the Queen of Hearts, she'll get the whole thing.
Here you go, let's draw.
I'm not trying to look at you.
Or she's not that lucky. So we all live another day in the pot.
$10.
No.
Okay.
Joan contributes her $10 to this club.
All right.
So our speaker today is Bob Toner. I hope he's gonna talk to us about Fisherman's Island, I believe. So welcome, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Would you like that? Would you like a mic? Okay, we don't have a microphone, so speak as loud as you can. Okay, and I'm gonna bring you right about here because we are on a Zoom conference for any members that may wish to join us now or in the near future, so to watch again.
The first thing I did was to get the uniform and the uniform was a shirt and the pants. Okay. I probably did not bring enough of them over. What I did, I brought over the pass out that we give folks when we take them on the Fisherman Island tour. And basically the front part of it is tells them all the plants that they'll see and shrubbery that they'll see. And the back page is basically the history of the island. And the people find this very informative. And then just an interesting story about why this picture is at the bottom, and I'll cover that in a little bit. The other thing I did do, and I didn't make up enough of them, but I have 30,000 military. I have 5 of these. I'll give it out. There you go. Thank you. Well, it's interesting islands. If you do not know, and you may know, John Smith never saw Fisherman's Island because when he did his true discovery of the Chesapeake, Fisherman's Island did not exist. He wanted to go to the very first island that was on the Atlantic side, and he did go, and basically it was where the lighthouse is now, Smith Island. He liked Smith Island so much, he named it after himself. Now, if you take a look at today's map, then wait a minute, he was such a great explorer, how come he missed Fisherman's Island? It's like Fisherman's Island is below Smith. Well, Fisherman's Island came up from the bottom of the Chesapeake Lake in the early 1800s. John Smith was doing his tour of discovery in the early 1600s. Fisherman's Island came to be because sand being washed out the Atlantic Ocean basically is intercepted by the flow of the Chesapeake Bay, and it mounted up and mounted up and mounted up. In the early 1800s, 2 sandbars became a nautical hazard. There's a story about a ship carrying linen that wrecked on the sandbars, and the people of the region shore rescued the linen and left the ship with people that had more sand. And the sandbar was called William Bar. It was back in about 1860 as two sandbars. One was called Fisherman's Island because it was a great place to go fishing. The other one was called Bird Island. In 1852, basically the government made a complete survey of the island. And again, two islands, Fisherman's Island, and the second island was called the Isaac. How they got that name, don't know. But in the 1852, those two islands are all of 25 acres. Now Fisherman's Island is 2,000 acres. And it's keep growing and growing and growing. When I first started doing the tours about 10, 12 years ago, we were saying it was 1,800 islands. I threw the 1,800 acres, so you see how it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What happened there during the Civil War? But in the 1870s, the government got very concerned about people coming over on ship from Europe, from the Caribbean, possibly being carried infectious diseases such as smallpox or cholera. What the government did on the whole East Coast and Gulf Coast was they built immigration quarantine stations, which was basically a hospital for treating people who were sick. How it worked at Fisherman's Island was that if there was sickness on board, the captain would fly a flag, they would send a tender out from the island to take off the sick people and then treat them on the island. Fisherman's Island could accommodate up to 1,000 people. And that picture at the bottom of the sheet that turned out, it gave out, basically, I think it was a picture more of a goal, but the buildings in the background were the buildings of the hospital that was on Fisherman's Island. Unfortunately, in 1922, the campfire struck the island and 12 of those 15 wooden buildings burned down, so we had to look at the show, which was the days of the immigration quarantine station. During the First World War, the island was fortified to keep the German Navy from sailing up in Chesapeake Bay and doing the same thing that the British had done in the War of 1812, bomb Baltimore and burn Washington. At the time of the Second World War, again, not only was Fisherman's Island be fortified with coastal artillery, but the bottom part of the peninsula, which is where the refuge is now, down here, that was also fortified. We had basically the name of the base called Fort John Custis. John Custis was the son of Martha Washington, whose husband passed away very early in their married life, and he was then the stepson of George Washington, and served with George Washington as his aide during the Revolutionary War. But they wanted to give the fort here a local name, and basically Fort John Custis was determined because he was a farmer that was probably attached to the Custis plantation, Arlington, which is down in Britain, down by near where the Second World War, they basically had any number of heavy guns on the island, and it was an idea of what it looked like. This is one picture of the site that they had there. It was basically called the Fisherman's Island. It fired a shell of 6 inches in diameter. It would be about 15 miles, and it would be a shell that would weigh about 100 pounds. All the precision cover the whole Chesapeake Bay here. On the base that was on the peninsula, they had any more guns, far more guns. Guns are basically on railroad cars that you can move around, as well as bunker, with 216 guns. The same type guns that were on the battleships in the Second World War. If you come down to our bunker, you come down to our refuge now, you can walk down and you can see the bunker, and in the bunker is a barrel that was on the battleship Missouri during the Second World War and the Korean War. So we actually have a joint in our bunker. The other, when we take the tour, we basically leave the parking area, which you drive past on the highway. So go down on what's called the modern dirt road. And basically, when you get down, this box down here is a pillbox in which there was the sickness gun, which is just right here. And then when they left it, they pretty much left everything behind. That's still in that box too. Still in that box. Here you can see. On the outside, because the band is completely covered the bunker and it's overgrown. And they could take with them, they left it, but you wouldn't want to go in there anyway, because it's pretty nasty. Only, only. Other views of the base would be, as you walk down, this is a long range view of what the space looks like. And in the distance, you can see two towers. One was about maybe close to 100 feet tall, that was that either a limited for transmission of information. And the other one is a shorter tower, about maybe 40 feet. And what we take through, we can see when the 40 feet down has been knocked over. So you're looking at the very top of it, you see it's a cement structure on top of the metal base. And that was where the soldiers were standing, because it wasn't the gutters, it was true. And what the base actually looked like, pretty much. And the military, when you put buildings, these buildings came down by the TV about the 1950s, because there was no units and they didn't want to give people the reason for going to TV action. They didn't have trouble. And I had to respond to that. At the same time, the towers that were there, they were taken down by the Navy SEAL shortly after the war. So you practice a demolition scene. So as you walk past on 30, there's one of those 80-foot towers laying outside, as well as the old tower, which is the observation. One of the interesting things, one interesting picture of the tower, if you find, if you look up here, you can see that it's a highway. Maybe the 250s, and you say even a good part that walk, not much more like look on the islands, pretty still there, but now 57 years later, the nature of the people that maybe something there. One. They had one less installation of gunnery to protect themselves in case they were invaded from the sea. They had two. They're very, very close to the beachfront. John Pettill, when they were some clever things, they were because they had a metal cover. What it looked like. But the middle of it. And that was a very quick. They didn't, and had no problem with invading countries during the war. They were not invaded. They basically don't speak of that we know of that the practice. And then the history of the island was that the army was there until about 1950 when they left. Then the Navy took it in. They continued until about 1970 for their own purposes. And then at the end of 1970, we're not here for them anymore. They gave it back to the federal government. And the wildlife refuge had been planned for that island in the 1930s, finally came to be in the early 1970s. And of course, the native criminals, they never done. That the wildlife refuge being placed just fine. Now, the interesting part about that was that the refuge as we now know it, was right after the Second World War, became a airport radar stations until 1984 in the airport. And then basically that became the wildlife refuge that we know now. So that was a 50-year project that finally came to be. And then 60,000 was transferred from Back Bay up to Back Bay, which is 50,000 became part of Back Bay. Our came to be in 1970. Yeah, in 1984, it was transferred back up to where we are right now. Well, that's you check a history of 15 islands. And you please take the tour. Tour goes from the first Saturday in October to the last Saturday in February. So we're doing a last tour this weekend. And it's completely booked. We've had 33 people. We're trying to keep that 25 people here, 33 people booked for actually. And that's really a party gesture for the year, for this evening. But please, we'd love to have you all come down and take the tour. You can see it all in person. Now, any questions?
Is it a walking tour?
It's a walking tour, yeah. It basically is about, I'd say, maybe 2.5 miles round trip. We'll go from the parking area, which is just by on where you see it from going over the bridge, all into the beach. And you can walk along the beach and look and see what's there. When you go up, you can't take anything back with you. Shells or feathers or whatever you find, because government says that, nope, stays here. And we'd love to have you. Yes, ma'am.
You may have said it, I may have missed it. Why do you want to shut the tours down? Does it just get too muggy and marshy or?
No, it's because the official reason for the Fisherman Island to exist is that it's a birdie wildlife sanctuary. Come the end of February, shorebirds are starting to come back from down south, and basically they're building their nests and laying their eggs and raising their young. And so that's the reason why we're not allowed on there at the tour until October. Because what happens in the birding world, the little ones are born by April. Mommy and daddy say, okay, so we've done our job. Bye guys, you take care of yourself. They take off, and what they usually do, they'll swim across. They're real rich, so they'll swim across the bay and go down on the western side of the bay and enjoy all the beauty of the Appalachian Trail. And the little ones are hanging around for the teams. Who's gonna feed us? And what happens is that they eventually, say, hey, mother nature, hey guys, migrate. Now the little ones, basically, that come through here that we see from fall, generally the ones that were born this summer, and they're coming down along the coast line. And mother nature says, the ocean on the left, the ocean on the left, yes, they go on the south. In the winter, they survive down where they are. They say, we're going to go back a different way. And they go a little bit west and go on up over the Appalachian Mountains because we don't have to worry about that because the Gulf, the trees and inlet and challenges that the Outer Banks Gorge is taking. I think we want to do it following summer. It's
If you do want to take the walking tour, so you still have to pay the Tom Bird.
No, the bridge is very good. If we're taking people to Fisherman's Island, we get folks with that. We give that the toll collector. And it's basically the toll is, the tour is absolutely free because that's your tax dollars. That's where the bridge does not charge us if we go to Fisherman's Island. If people are coming from the refuge to go over to, let's say, back day to it, and we want to use an easy path. It's okay, so easy to, no, it's not right.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Well, thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it.
Well, we thank you for coming to talk with us. If you don't know, our club is celebrating 100 years this year as a patron of Rotary Club, and we have a little commemorative mug for you as well.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, if anybody wants to, you can have them. Sure. That's okay. Okay. And I have two of the,
With that said, if there's nothing else in the club, I'm gonna all have a stand and say the things we think, say, and do as Rotarians. Number one. 3. Goodwill. 4. Beneficial officer. Stanley,
Will we all have fun?
Yeah.
everybody have a great day in service. Yeah. Stay over.
Thank you.
Lots of
Great way to distract. Right on. All right, well, I'll take other states. All right. Like your husband, like.
He loves.
Let's get our.
Great, perfect.
That was a lot. That was quick.
Don't get it on your call. Very good. Okay, thanks.
Alright.
I know, that's it.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon, thanks.
I won't take up any. I'm waiting for Paul, I think it's Paul. A little bit. What's that?
Yeah.
We're gonna go next year. Thanks for telling me now that you.
My bad.
Mine had, I thought, I wrote the article, so I have no excuse, but I.
That's what I read in the paper, yeah. Your paper.
You want to start in October. But I thought, I went to March, end of March.
Yeah, I was gone. Yeah. I'll wait till October.
It's the thing is, the number of people who sign up and they don't show.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they're really, the weather really looks bad, I can understand. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Probably need to, sign to, card.
No, I'm making out. No, you will be the newest member of the club.
Yeah, I guess so. There'll be other.
Leave it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you spawn.
Are you doing any, what are you doing now?
I have never seen this.
Yeah.
And have you? Oh, he's been around forever.
What do you think to do? What do you think to do around here?
That's the only way time.
We have the card.
Bill.
And
Well, observe it from the window.
we'll go out.
I got a plan to go out.
Okay.
So glad. Thank you. You're great.
I've got one at home.
See you next week.
Good.
All right.
Be there.
Name tag.
Well.
Pete, welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's not official yet, Paul.
It's official. Hey, it was official day one.
Right.
Take care.
All right, we'll see you. Yeah. Thank you. See you next week.
Sounds good.
Okay, are you all good to go?
As good as I'm gonna get.
What happened to our microphone? Did you just forget it?
I thought about it. I thought of, that, she means, we have a portable.
Oh, okay, well, there was one that was on the.
I thought about it because I know Bob is, but he couldn't have handled.
I understand that.
But, I think we heard him enough. Thank you, Darrell. I forgot it last week.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You guys are really good at that.
Decided it was a 400 now.
But I have to take it home to charge of it. I got big responsibilities.
Looks like it.
370.
Well, I haven't
I went up, yeah.
plugged in or
So,
marked.
so people can, so when we don't, that's last week.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
So even if we don't, that's what I responded to Jeanette, I thanked her for coming, I told her we were gonna contribute that, and then followed up and going, and if you don't get Heather and Chris Gunner to join, you have failed as a Rotarian. At least we increased the Hancock Club membership, come on, we should get credit for that.
Okay.
Anyway, but thank you, Paul.
All right,
Okay, I'm out of here, anything else for me?
yeah. Well, you don't go, discover your deep dark secrets.
Hopefully not.
So you know what?
Tonight, I know, tonight.
Part two,
You should have announced the thing Sunday again,
huh?
the thing Sunday, you can make free.
Book
I
discussion.
hope you did, I missed it.
Okay, he's reminding me, I should have announced the book discussion that's on Sunday at Big Creek.
Oh,
About the road.
oh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't either. I'll send out.
Yeah, send out another reminder.
Thank you.
Can't have too many reminders,
Yeah.
especially with this
I
crowd.
saw it in, I saw it in
Remind
the
myself to
paper.
remind myself.
There you go.
I'll probably go. Sunday afternoon. I don't think I'll get it. All right, food line, next stop.
Yeah, it's gonna be crowded. I'll be over there this afternoon. Take care, Pete. Place up in 5 minutes.
No time. Absolutely not.
All right, we'll see you next week.